we're going to move to another state, which is very close to Port Harcourt or River State. This one is coming from Bayelsa, and this is the former. She was this, in my opinion, she's the most corrupt woman in Africa. She arguably could be the most corrupt woman in the world, but at least she's the most corrupt woman in Africa, right? Diezani Madueke, she was the former petroleum minister under the then president Goodluck Jonathan, who was also a one-time president in Nigeria. She currently filed a suit, allegedly or apparently filed a lawsuit against Chude Jideonwo. Chude Jideonwo is, by the way, I don't know what, I wouldn't call him a YouTuber, but he has a YouTube channel, so you guys check him out and see what he does. He interviews people and gets different perspectives from different people. So please check him out for sure. But she has accused him of some what's it called now? She's accused him of I forget the word off the top of my head, but I'm going to share the screen here and show you what she's been talking about. It's a defamation. That's the word I was looking for. She's accused him of defamation, and Chude Jideonwo has this to say as well. So give me one moment here and let me share the screen. Bayelsa Court awards Diezani 500 million naira in defamation suit against Chude Jideonwo. And this is what Chude Jideonwo had to say about the situation. He says, what kind of country is it where a person can secure a court judgment against 5 entities without serving them court processes or affording them the opportunity of responding to an action in court? Diezani's country. We have now confirmed that there was indeed a suit. Diezani Alison-Madueke may have escaped Nigeria 10 years ago and be awaiting trial in London, but she is still so wealthy and so powerful that she can pull strings in Bayelsa and get a court to give judgment without a fair trial. And that is exactly what we exposing, and that is exactly what we are exposing in Is It Your Money? That's the story we are telling here. That is why this series is so important. But this is a fight we have been prepared for. So please check out that documentary. It's Is It Your Money by Chude Jideonwo. Diezani, again, like I said, she arguably could be the most corrupt woman in Africa, right? Or in the world at large, in my opinion, right? Because, there's been billions and billions of dollars that she stole from the Nigerian coffers when she was the petroleum minister. And then she went to London to obviously to evade or to escape judgment in Nigeria, right? She ran to London and she's currently awaiting trial in London. And I think there was a time she had a cancer scare and that kind of delayed her trial. I don't know what the case is right now, but she is still awaiting trial in London, still based on the charges of money laundering from her home country of Nigeria. Isn't that something? And I'm not saying a criminal, someone who's, accused or some accused person doesn't have rights, right? But she still has the guts, the infantry, right, to go back to Nigeria and still pull strings and use her power and influence to do crazy things, like I just said, talking about defamation. What is the defamation there if there are these charges against you of money laundering, of stealing money, of stealing the commonwealth of the people? What is the defamation there? I would like to know what the defamation is, right? Alison-Madueke, it was, it just goes back to the past CBN governor in Nigeria, the past CBN governor, Central Bank of Nigerian governor. What's his name now? I forget his name. I'm going to check that real quick. Now I can't remember his name for some reason. Emefiele. It goes back to the same corruption or similar corruption cases that were charged or filed against Emefiele, Godwin Emefiele, right? Similar situation, stole billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? And now we found out that he has a property over 750 properties in Nigeria. This is one person. He built an estate with stolen money, over 750 properties in Nigeria. Just one person. Isn't that a mini city? That's a mini city. These are buildings that should have been built for people with the Commonwealth of Nigeria. These are buildings, houses for people. Like literally, this is what the government should be doing for people. Those are homes for over 750 people to live in by the government, affordable housing. But one man stole all that money and built those houses, and now he's been caught by the EFCC, and he's all over the place looking for empathy, looking for pity, looking for sympathy. How can you have sympathy on someone who did something like that? That's atrocious, in my opinion. That's atrocious. But we know the country we're living, right? He could tomorrow become an APC member, and then boom, the case goes away, and nobody hears about that case anymore. He could tomorrow say, "Oh, I'm an APC member," and boom, the case is out. That's the country we know, Nigeria. We've seen the likes of Ifeanyi Okowa do the same thing. He's been accused also of stealing the state's money in Delta State, and he joins the APC, and the EFCC doesn't have any case again for him. There's no case. Numerous times we've seen things like that. But Alison-Madueke, by the way, she was at least going to be held accountable, and then she took off to London, to the UK. And there also, they caught her with some charges, money laundering charges, which she's been awaiting. I wonder why she's been awaiting trial for 10 years now. I wonder why she's been awaiting trial for 10 years. 10 years is just too long for someone to await trial, in my opinion. It's just too long of a time, because anything could happen in 10 years, right? And then we have we're going to have a similar case of the Abacha, right? Anything could happen in 10 years. And then we're going to have a case like Abacha where, he's dead and gone, but the monies he stole are still being sent back to Nigeria till this day. It's a shame. Well, you guys let me know what you think about this case or lawsuit filed by Alison-Madueke, who, in my opinion, I think is the most corrupt woman in Africa. You guys let me know what you think about her. What do you think about the 500 million naira defamation suit about Chude Jideonwo? And by the way, check out his documentary, Is It Your Money? It's on YouTube, I'm guessing. Check that out. And if you've watched up to this point again, please like, subscribe, leave your comments. And, that's how we grow the channel, right?